it's driving me absolutely crazy and nuts that we look at these people and think, oh, well, they've never worked at a dealership. They've never worked as a manufacturer rep. They've never sold one at a show. They've never done anything except for they camped in an RV with their family. And see, the sponsorships start drying up, guys. I didn't get any sponsors until this year. I got 2. One that I'm using this cell phone holder on, this camera holder, which moves. See, I move and the camera moves automatically. Ooh. Of course, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple or iHeart, you're not seeing this. If you're only seeing this on YouTube and Instagram. But man, it's just craziness how we as an institution of the United States of America or as a world can take someone that has 0 experience at something and click on their video 500,000 times because they put the word Armageddon or massive closures occurring, and all they're doing is literally reading off a fake newsletter that doesn't give the whole story. Do you want to know where most of the West Coast RV news comes from? Me. Not to be an arrogant butthole, but when the reps, the manufacturers want information about what's going on the West Coast, because I'm tapped in to what's going on, they call me. They don't call these full-timers. They don't call these YouTube influencers. They call me. They call Josh the RV nerd. They call Matt from Matt's RV and Towable Reviews. They call Miles from Miles RV. That's who they contact. They contact guys that have the pulse. The doctors of the RV business. What's going on? So let's give you the breakdown and the rundown of what is going on as far as RV closures. Let's start with this. There is a group that I know pretty well. I got to know them over the last 16, 17 months that own just under 10 dealerships across the United States. They are dumping them. They're looking for somebody that's going to give them $1 million cash for each state that they own them in. And you just take over the inventory for what they owe on it. And you take over the building and the lease. $1 million you get to buy into a business. They're not closing their doors. They are looking to sell. Give me $1 million cash. You can have the business. You can owe everything I own as far as the parts inventory, everything I own, including the inventory. You can buy it at whatever I owe on it with the flooring bank. That is what's going on. They are failing because they made bad business decisions. They are failing because they made bad management decisions. But they are not closing their doors tomorrow. The guys that are closing their doors in the next 2 months are big corporate stores. Okay? Camping World will be closing stores. If I remember correctly, from my inside information, they're closing 36 stores by February 1st, 2024. That's not Armageddon. Those 36 stores have been in thought process of closing them over the last 5 years. But they couldn't during COVID because COVID created that big surge of high demand and low supply, and they needed as many stores in every market that they could get their hands on. But it doesn't make sense. I'll give you an example. I'm not going to tell you what stores are going to close, but I'm going to use California as an example, okay? It is a metaphorical example, so nobody can sue me because of my inside information. But you have 5 stores in the Sacramento, what we call BTA. So basically within a 2-hour drive of Sacramento, California, they now have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stores, 8 Camping Worlds within a 2-hour drive of Sacramento, California. It doesn't make sense. They have one store in the Bakersfield area within a 2-hour drive. They have 2 stores if you include the one that's in Santa Clarita, California. So it doesn't make sense for them to close either of those stores, but it makes sense for them to close at least 2, maybe 3 stores in Northern California because they have 9 stores there. Blue Compass, which used to be RV retailers, which owns the likes of Holland RV and Blue Dog RV and God, a bunch of them, Sierra RV, a bunch of them. I think like 180 stores. In Spokane, Washington, they have within an hour and 40-minute drive of Spokane, Washington, they have 6 locations. They're common sense closures, guys. They're not closing them randomly. These were stores that were planned on closing down or becoming a service and parts store only. It was already in the works at the end of 2018 into the end of 2019. So this is not something new. I want to make sure that's clear. So when you hear all this Armageddon crap and garbage from full-time RVers that have no idea, never have been anywhere, never have been selling anything, never even turned a wrench at a dealership on a coach, you can't trust this information. This endless RVing crap is absolute clickbait garbage when it comes to their information about what they think when they're just simply reading a newspaper article or online article written by RV Business or some flathead who thinks he knows the RV world. And it becomes clickbait material, and it ends up a paid for promotional video because they need to make money.